Hi everyone. Basically, our project is of e-commerce website. As we have given a backend project, so we have designed an e-commerce website with a backend. So let me show some things about it. As we have created a sign up route, sign in route, and create product, get all products, and category routes. So basically, we need to sign up firstly to access the site. So it is an authorization. So we are going to sign up with it. So let me show you the sign up route. How does it work in a Postman? So for this, basically, we need a name, email, password, and a role. So here, role means that if the value is given one, then he's an admin, and if zero is given, then he's a user. Basically, this admin and user things work for creating a product, deleting and updating the things, because only the admin can create and delete the products, not the user. So for that, we have created a role. So let's go in a sign up thing. So now here we have created a user with a name, email, and for this particular user, we have created an ID. So we can identify the user. So for that, we have created an ID. So now we need to sign in to access the things. So for sign in, basically we need a email and a password which we have given during the sign up process. So we did a sign up, and in this we have created a new user. So let me show you in a Mongo Atlas, which we have used as a database for us. So here, this is the user with a role, name, email, and the encrypted password and created at the things. This encrypted password is just for our uh, thing. So we can further, if we want to reset the password, so we can easily reset the password and we know the user. So let's now continue to sign in process. So after signing, we have created the user for which we have generated a token. As the ID was the same thing, the token is generated so that the session, so the we can know that the user is logged in, and with the particular token, we can see that this is the user to identify. So the token is generated here. So now let's go to create product thing. Let's create a product for our site. For this, we basically need a user ID and the token which we have generated, so that we can authorize that the user is signed up, and so that the user is signed in the site and is a authorized user. For that, the token is needed for the authorization. And in body, we have given basically the things like the name, category, and stock price description things. Here we are using the user ID, so with that we know that which user have created the product, means the admin, sorry. As we have created a admin particular, so yeah, so the product is created, and this is all the binary format of the photo. So I can show you this in the Mongo Atlas as the product is created. See, this is the product which we have created. Let it refresh. Yeah, this is the product. After that, let's continue to get all products, so we can access a product. Let me create a one more product with the same user but different values. Let's update the stock also. So one more product is created. Now we have our two products, as you have seen. Now let's go and list all the products. See, as there are two products, we can list it with get all products route. For this, we need basically the route of products. So see, as we have created the two products which are listed here with the help of this get all product routes. Now let's go to update product. So we update a product. For this, we need a user ID, a token also, so that the user is authorized. And we also need the product ID for this. As we have to update the product, we get come to know that which product we are going to update. So for that, we are using the product ID as well as the user ID, so that we again come to know that this admin have updated the product. So we are going to change with just a name of the shirt. So now the shirt is created. Now let's see that whether the thing is updated or not. Yeah, as you can see that, see, the name is changed. Earlier it was another thing. Now it is a very, very decent t-shirt. We have updated our product. Now let's go to delete a product. For again this, for we need a product ID and a user ID. So we can delete a particular product and a particular admin can only delete this. So we come to know that which admin have deleted the product. Something might be an error. We need to update the token. Yeah, so this is the message that the message was, it is showing that the deletion was successful. The product has been deleted. Let us show it in you the Mongo Atlas. See, earlier there were two products, so one of the product got deleted. In this way, we can delete a product. Now let's create a category of a product. For creating a category, basically we need a token for authorization and user ID again. Category is basically like for a product like the shirt, maybe for a summer collection, maybe like, or a winter. So we can give any name for just like which category we want to create. Like if we want to create a summer shirt for a summer, like a t-shirt and all. So we can put it in a t-shirts in a summer category. So in this way, we have created a category, and for this category, we have got an ID, so which we can use during creating a product, so that a category can be updated in the product. In the same way, we can use update category. Like, yeah, this is the thing which we have used an ID for a category during the product creation. Yeah, let us now update the category of a shirt. Like we have created now a new category. Shirt got updated. Let's see the category have been updated or not. Yeah, this was a category with this ID. Now let's check it in product that the category have been updated or not. Oh, I think so. Yeah, this is the category object ID. Yeah, this is the summer ID, summer shirt. So it will be updated in the in database, and we can get to know it afterward. We can see it in the front end when we will deploy it in front end. No, so we will able to filter it out. Now, same is the way of updating the category like have we have seen, and same is the way of deleting the category. We can delete a category again. For this, we need again a category ID. User ID. Yeah, so we have updated a category. Earlier it was a rainy and now it has got a winter. You can see it in our database also that the category is updated. It is now the winter. And now we can delete this category. For that we need a category ID and the user ID again. So that we know that which product we are particularly going to delete it, and the admin ID, so that which admin have deleted this category. Right. No, there's a token error. We need to update the token. It was delete category. Yeah, so the category is deleted. We can see it in our database. Earlier there was a one category, and now see we can see that there is no category as we have deleted that category. The final route which is there is a sign out. After sign in and sign up, we need to sign out if we want to. So for that, we are created this route. Yeah, so the user is now signed out successfully. Yeah, let me now show you the code which we have used in making this all thing. Yeah, so basically we have created the models, controllers, and the routes for this. Yeah, and this is the authorization controller. As we've used the Express Validator, JS Web Tokens, and Express JWT for these all are for the tokens. Next is the route for a category order. Actually, we are working on the order thing, so we were not able to implement it, but we are working on it. For further implementation, we need to work on it. Also, we have integrated the payment method, which is the Stripe, sorry, PayPal method we have integrated, but we need to complete the order part and the cart part for it. Then only this thing will work, and we will be able to show this payment method and route all things with the help of a front end only. So basically, we have done some part of this and we need to complete it. So we are in a mid of this thing. This is the product controller. Next, the user controller. Now let us come to the models. For category, we have created this model. For the order, as this part is somewhat halfly completed. So next is the product model. These all things were mentioned during the thing we were updating. This is the user model. The routes we have created for authorization. For category or routes for the category. Order and payment things are some halfly completed, so we are sorry unable to show you these things properly. At last, let me show you the package.json file so we can tell you which modules we have used. We have used basically these cookie parsers for creating a cookies .env, express jwt, express validator for token things, and web token also for the this token things, mongoose for orm thing we have used, and UUID for creating a unique IDs. These are on, and Babel thing is just for implementing the ESX features. This is all our project for the backend, which we have been given by our instructor. And this is the env file. This will not get be uploaded to GitHub when we will upload it, as it is a secret thing. So which the developer will be only able to see. And this is our app.js file, where we are. This is the main file which we have created. Thank you all for watching this.